Hello and welcome everyone. So, we're here with a Warframe video, and this is the Tiberon Prime. Now, the Tiberon Prime, if I could just get that to go away, and that to go away. There we go. So yeah, I've tried recording this video a couple times and it's just gone on for too long. Okay, so the Tiberon Prime is the Prime Access weapon that came with Zephyr, which will be going away on the 19th. So I'm a little bit late coming to the party on this. I've had this weapon for a while. I've chucked some former into it. I've now bought a ribbon for it as well, which is fantastic. But this is the weapon that came with Zephyr. It is honestly a fantastic weapon. Okay, so let's have a look here. This is, here we are, the Tiberon Prime. Now, Tiberon Prime comes with three modes. You have Burst, Semi-Automatic, and Auto. So Auto is weighted towards status, Semi-Automatic is weighted towards crit chance, less status, and you have the Burst, which is kind of a mix of both. So, the Burst fires 3 shots, has a 3.0 multiplier, 28% critical chance, and 20% status. It does about 32, no, 34, 35, 36 damage per shot. Perfect ribbon disposition, which is important for later in the video. Has a fire rate of 7.38, so fires, basically you can fire twice with burst because it fires 3 shots. So you fire about twice per second. Then you have the semi-automatic mode, you fire 6 shots, 30% critical chance, and that multiplier is nuts at 3.4. Now, it has significantly less status though. Same damage, but less status of 18%. Now, we have the auto mode. Significantly less status. Okay, 60.8%. Just get rid of that. There we go. 16.8%. Crit chance of 2.8. And a fire rate of 8.33. I find that this fire rate is probably, it feels a little bit high, considering how long that reload is. It is 2 seconds. Normally that wouldn't be an issue, but considering how much you fire in auto mode, you tend to reload pretty often. Now, I've put 3 former into this build. You don't need to put 3 former into this build, okay? The normal Tiberon comes with 1 V and 2 dashes, which allows you to do a lot of great stuff with it. So basically, this is a fantastic weapon. Now, we're going to do a little bit of testing with this to show how fantastic this weapon is, and I'll give a recommendation of whether I think you should buy it. Saying buy it, you can either buy it in plat, buy the Prime Access before you need to, or you can simply trade for it or farm it if you really want to. The farm is a bit rough, to be honest. I gave that a pass and I bought it through the Prime Access. So it's a Mastery Rank 14 weapon. Keep that in mind. If you buy it through the Prime Access, you can get it before your Mastery Rank 14, which is what I did. But yeah, it is a fantastic weapon. You get some good plat out of it as well. Here we go. So for this, I'm going to be using Split Chamber. So we chuck that up top. That already adds quite a bit of damage. It's quite nice, and quite a bit of status there for the automatic mode. Serration for a little bit more damage. And there we go. So we're doing basically 250 damage per shot. Oh no, 200 damage per shot, which is quite a bit. I do have heavy caliber here. It isn't maxed, so be nice. I don't use heavy caliber on this weapon simply because I don't think it actually adds that much, considering how strong this weapon is without it. Now, we have these ones, and because of the high crit chance on both the burst and semi-automatic mode, I'm going to be using a hybrid build on this. So we need Point Strike, we need Vital Sense, where's that? There we are. And to add a little bit of extra multi-shot, I actually was lucky enough to get this drop, which is Vigilante Armaments, which is also fantastic when it comes to that extra 5% chance to enhance critical hits. So basically, your orange crits have a chance of becoming red crits, which basically means they do more damage. Here we are. So that adds some multi-shot as well, helps with the status, and that bumps us up to about 270 damage per shot. Now, this is a very basic build, right? You could basically do this build more or less. No, you would need a potato on it, so that's a Orokin Catalyst. You could do this build without any former, and it is still quite strong, just with the basic physical damage there. So, let's have a look at how this is, just with the physical damage. Alright, so, we're gonna do some... Let's have a look here. I might go Sentient. Let's go 3 of these. Let's go 5 of these. Corrupted Ancients. 2 of those. No, not 12. 2 of those. Corrupted Bombards. Let's go 6 of these. Let's go some Lancers. Let's do that. How's that? It's pretty solid. You got some fodder units, some slightly stronger units in there. I'm not going to chuck any crewmen in. I should probably actually. Let's make this 3. And this 3. There we are. So we've got quite a strong mix there. And settings, these are level 100. I'm not pausing them and giving myself invincibility. Okay, let's have a look. This is again with a very basic build. Here we are. Here we are. So first, let's get rid of this ancient. Force habit there, but as you can see, that damage is getting quite high. This is just physical damage as well. As you can see, that reload though, he fell off, but that damage is quite nice, right? But you know, as you can see, this is probably a little bit gimped against level 100, but you know, against the fodder units. And you know, considering you could probably do this 0 former on level 100 and no elements on it, you could probably get through Sortie 3 fairly easy. My aim is crap, so yeah, Sortie 3 you can probably get through pretty easily, because you know, 219, considering how much armor these things have. 192 there, and look at those slash procs coming off. So just because this is weighted a little bit more towards puncture, it doesn't actually impact that much. So you can basically got a basic idea of what it's like. Let's jump back up here. So yeah, it's pretty solid. Let's kill these. Alright, we'll get rid of these. Yeah, they're all dead. Now, let's actually show some basic numbers in the 3-fire modes. So, in that situation, I would definitely use the automatic mode. I was just using the burst, just so you could, you know, it's best all-round mode, but, you know, here we are. So, 97 coming off, and some very nasty slash procs on that. So, you could use hunter munitions, to add a little bit of extra slash, but to be honest, I personally don't have the mod, and considering how many slash procs I'm getting on this, like, this is pretty strong, and I don't really find a need to use that. And then look, 110 consistently, and slash procs. So, you know, as you can see, it's a pretty strong fire rate considering it's semi-automatic. And it's about 1.5 magazines or so. And then we have our automatic mode. And it's proccing slash quite a bit on this guy here. So, you know, it's pretty solid. There's a lot of slash coming off, and he's done. It is weaker, obviously, considering I don't have any of the dual stat mods on. So, This weapon is pretty strong just with basic mods, but if we were to add some extra mods in, wrong one, let's go here, chuck this over here, just get it there, there we are. Let's add Malignant Force for status and Toxin, High Voltage, and chuck that over here. Oh, this is going to be a pain. Here we are. So, that's Radiation and Gas, there we are. Radiation and Toxin, pretty strong against the Grineer, and we're not using the Riven yet. Here we go. So, fly over here. Burst. As you can see, it's a massive improvement. And these are mods you can pretty much get. Like, I've just used half my magazine and, yeah, he's down. This is a very strong weapon, and it doesn't need a lot of work. And that's less than half the magazine there. Oh. Yeah, good enough. There we go, so a lot of damage. And basically just use the magazine on him. So it is very strong in all three modes. Auto is probably best against like groups of enemies. But the build I use is a little bit different. I've got a fantastic Riven for this. So it adds a whole heap of extra damage, whole heap of extra crit, and it loses a little bit out on status. That doesn't actually make that big of a difference, believe it or not, losing that little bit of extra status duration. But this thing just, look at that, that is a massive truck ton of damage. And this is what I normally run here. Corrosive, heat, it's good stuff. So 110 crit chance now, 117 on the semi-automatic, and 62.9 on the auto. So this allows this weapon to become a crit monster. You can get some very good Rivens for the Tiberon simply because it has perfect Riven disposition. Talk that that's going to be nerfed down. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the Rivens with that. But this Riven is fantastic. So, have a look here. He's gone really quick. You can get some fantastic Rivens for this at the moment. Would highly recommend doing it. There we go. 9 bullets and 11 bullets and he was gone. And the automatic mode. There we go. About half the magazine and he's gone. So, this is a fantastic weapon. Honestly, I could not recommend this high enough. Tiberon Rivens you can get fairly cheap. They will cost you about 200 plat. Now, I say that's fairly cheap, but if you're smart with your plat and what you use to purchase it with, 200 plat is pretty easy to come by. So it came with this, the Kronen Prime, which is on my back. It looks fantastic, but is not great. I'll do a video on that a little bit later. But basically, would I recommend this? Yes. This is a fantastic weapon. I use this weapon for everything. If I need to do a mission that is high level, so sortie, or even going Eidolon hunting, I use this. Simply because my Riven is fantastic, but even if I didn't have that Riven, this fire rate, the critical chance, it just allows me to put out a lot of damage on basically a bullet sponge. I can go through the entire star map with just a basic build of this. This will take you through the entire star map, no issue whatsoever. Okay, you could basically pull this off. So considering it comes, so you need a plus 4, plus 6, because this isn't maxed. Plus 4, plus 6. There you go. You could basically pull this off with just no former and a potato. You could go through the entire star map fairly easily. So, would I recommend this? Yes. Would I recommend you get a Riven for this? Yes. This is a fantastic gun. I love it. I'm so happy that I picked it up. And remember, Eidolon hunting, it is just absolutely a monster with that damage there. So, pick it up. You won't regret it. put the work in, and you can get a very strong build out of it. So, that's all for today. I might put up another video later in one of the other weapons I've got. But thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. RG out.